I went and joined those guys. I did not stream last night, everybody. I had plans to stream the multiplayer session, and then at like 2:30 in the afternoon or something like that, I got an email or a WhatsApp and an email from the insurance company about my PS5. So I ended up spending my entire afternoon. Um, I had to get a bunch of paperwork together, and then we had to go get it shipped off, and that took from like 2:30 in the afternoon until 6:30 at night. And then I got home. It was 6:30. They had already started, and I was like, you know what? I don't feel like streaming. I did hop on and join their group for about an hour, um, while I sat here and drank a beer and went to, basically fell asleep. But I did not stream last night. And I have a lot of prep to do with that other character because he doesn't have, excuse me, he didn't have like bandages. He's out of food. He needs healing charges. So what I need to do, I'm not going to do any questing on the multiplayer server, but I am going to, at some point, like I said, I forgot it didn't save the server data, so I got to go manually look up the server stuff and plug it in. I don't want to do that right now. That's something I didn't anticipate needing to do. But I need to hop on that server and go do grinding because I need to grind out, like I need to go get a bunch of purple berries so that I can have dried berries. I need to get a bunch of stuff together so that I can make healing pots. Yeah, it was fun, Lou. I was not really prepared. I didn't realize what was gonna go down last night. So level 2s and level 3s going into level 7 and level 9 territory. I didn't have the gear for that. I don't think anybody has the gear for that, but I definitely didn't have the healing things together, and I forgot that everything scales. So knowing that it scales, we're probably going to have to, for those sessions, be extremely cautious about where we go. We can't be running off to level 7 and level 9 content. But I don't have any like regen. I need a whole bunch of supplies, so I gotta actually log onto the server and do prep before I play next week. So we'll do that another day, maybe tomorrow. I did know it would scale, but I forgot about the scaling. So because once I got in, I was like, oh, that's right, everything scales. I forgot about that. Because then it was like, oh shit, we are not going to be able to do this. Doing what I'm doing right now makes me really wish and hope. I am hopeful. So if anybody's played New World, New World is this essentially. It's you're doing lots of gathering, you're doing lots of crafting, you're doing lots of prep um, in between your adventuring sessions, and I'm extremely hopeful that the MMO that they're putting together for Lord of the Rings is going to be something like this or like New World, because if you give me, like I've often said, like if Lord of the Rings Online looked like this and played with a controller, I probably wouldn't play any other game. That's not true, I would. But I would spend easily 50 hours a week just playing Lord of the Rings Online if it had controller support and modern systems. Like I'm really hopeful for the upcoming, but it's still like 5 years out. So, what's up, Thandar? Finally moved in. Nice. Well, technically, I have a level 25 character I could spec over too, but I don't know what that would do to the scaling. I don't think it matters because it doesn't scale to the. It's just like the level 7s scale higher. So, yeah, I don't know. The character that I moved over is level 5, dinged level 6 last night, so I think that's plenty. It's plenty. Well, boy, oh boy, I was not in a place to play last night when I got home. I was so tired. All right, let me make nothing. I don't need to make any arrows. I do need to deposit a bunch of stuff. Um, I don't think that that's necessarily true, Dribrom, but I think well, I think you and I are probably going to agree on the end of that conversation. I think the way you said it is something I don't agree with, in the sense that I will say that yes, most games have moved towards a more solo experience, but I still feel like all games that I play offer plenty of group-based activities, but you have to actively seek them out. And that's something that old games, they forced you to do group content, which I don't agree with at all. I much prefer the way it is these days. Like, I like the matchmaker in World of Warcraft, Star Wars: The Old Republic. I think the matchmaker is a phenomenal tool because it helps someone like me, because 90% of the time I don't want to be around other people. I just want to do my own thing. But I like the flexibility of knowing that I have group content that's available when I want to do it. I don't really think it has so much to do with games are overly single player. I just think that most people's natural, like, if you don't force me to do something, I'm not going to do it. Like I'm not going to go out of my way to deal with other people. Like, I have to want to go deal with other people. So there has to be a reason for me to want to do things with other people. Challenge isn't enough though, because for me, I don't play games for challenges. Like I said the other day, like if I want to be challenged in life, I will go learn a new language. I will go learn quantum physics. I will, learn how to juggle. Like if I want to be challenged, I do those things. If I play a video game, I'm here to relax and have fun, and that usually does not equal butting heads with other people who all have their own agendas, who are being stupid about, not wanting to play well with others. So I think that it's the natural tendency for people to want to solo in games. And in terms of the logistics, not the logistics, it's the wrong word. In terms of the statistics, I guess they could both be used there. Um, the data from game dev shows that moving more content to single player was the right move because it has brought billions upon billions of additional players into these games who never would have played otherwise because the barrier to entry was too high. Um, I don't miss the days of EverQuest. I don't. I don't miss the days of EverQuest 2 even, of like sitting around and waiting for other people to log on so that I could do something. That shit was boring. I love being able to do this and just hop on and play the game. And then, oh, Thursday nights, we're going to get together and play Enshrouded together. Cool. And then we can get together. The content scales. It's more challenging. We could do things together. I think that that alone is more than. I don't think you need to motivate players to group. I don't think you need to. I think all you need to do is provide them with the option, because it shouldn't be about forcing people to do something they're uncomfortable with. It should be about providing them with lots of player agency and the option to play. Because I'll tell you what, Enshrouded with a group is super fun. And so getting together with your friends is a lot of fun to do that. But I don't want to have to be forced to do that with other people that I don't know. Like I don't want to play Enshrouded with randos. Like, I wouldn't want to play Shrouded with anybody other than the people that I play the game with, like my friends and community members. Like, I would never want to group with randos. And that's something like, especially coming over and having played, like, most recently doing the Destiny 2 grind, because I was playing that game until my PS5 bit the bullet, bit the dust, whatever. Um, the lobbies for Destiny 2, dude, when you get into a fire team with people, it sucks. Like, those are not nice people. They're randos. And what are they going to do? Also, same thing with World of Warcraft. If you've ever joined like the matchmaking, not for normal dungeons, but like if you want to go try to do a mythical, like those people are not nice people. They're not there to be your friend. They're there to accomplish a goal, and they've probably run the dungeon 50 times before. And so, if you're joining as a rando through the matchmaking system, you need to understand that it's not you're not there to have fun and be friends with those people. You're there to get to the end as quickly as possible. So the incentive, it's really it's not about anymore about the duty of finding, like Templar was saying, it's not about having a duty to group with other players. It's about having fun with other players. And I think that World of Warcraft does it fine in the sense that now we have follower dungeons, so I could do the dungeon on my own. Then I have like heroic dungeons, which I could do with my guildmates or my friends, and then I can save the mythical stuff for if I'm in a guild. There are a few people who enjoy doing the mythicals on in the group finder. I do not, but I really do appreciate the way they do it here. I can play it, or Dune Awakening. Dune Awakening is another recent game that we've been playing that I appreciate. I can play the game solo. I can also bring my friends along if I want to. And then there's some separate content that is specifically designed for the groups. And I can go do that content if I want to. But it's at the end of the game. It's icing on the cake. I'm not required to do it to complete the story. It's just there so that once I'm done with the story, if I want to keep playing, there's that extra layer of content to do. And that's kind of the way this is. I can have my private server where I do all my own stuff, and I can have my own home and my building, and then I can have the multiplayer server where I go do stuff with my friends. But also, like Lord of the Rings Online is another good example because I played that game back in the day when it was forced grouping, and I had fun with it. But I didn't enjoy it nearly as much as I enjoy it today. Like, I think the Lord of the Rings Online of today is a much better game than it was 15 years ago. Why? Because they got rid of all the forced grouping. Dude, it used to suck to have to wait around. Because there's no matchmaking in Lord of the Rings Online 15 years ago. There was no Discord 15 years ago. You're waiting around, maybe in a Ventrilo server or a TeamSpeak server, and you're hoping that your guildmates are going to get on between 5 and 7 o'clock so that you can play dungeons with them. Because if they don't log on, you don't have anything to do because you can't solo anything. So the only thing for you to do is sit around and wait. And maybe there's two of you, so you go around, you pitter around, you kill some wolves, and you pew some bandits and orcs, and you wait for your group. Because if you don't have a group, you can't go do the book quests, you can't do the dungeons, you can't do the instances. Fuck the old days. Yeah, the perfect example of that Templar Blade is all the people who thought Pantheon Rise of the Fallen was going to be this massive success, and and it just no. And I can also tell you because, well, that's another story. But as an example with Pantheon, everyone thought it would have, it'll sell 1 million copies. It'll have 150, 200,000 players because that's how many players EverQuest had back in the day. The reason EverQuest had that many people back in the day is because there were no other fucking options. That was the only game that existed of that scope, scale, and caliber. These days, there are 1,000 MMOs that I could choose from, many of them free to play, most of them offering modern gameplay experiences. And meanwhile, you got Pantheon trying to say, we're going to have corpse runs and XP loss and level loss and force grouping. It's like, you know how many people are playing that early access? Like 500, 600 people on a nightly basis. There's like nobody playing that game. Where are the million players who supposedly were going to buy that game? Where are the 150,000, 200,000 people that were supposedly going to play that game on a nightly basis? Just not there. Smedley did a few post EQ games. He did a couple like pixel art games, and then he went and worked on a bunch of projects for Amazon. I don't know that any of the projects he worked at Amazon um, came to fruition. I would have to go look at his IMDb, or not his IMDb, his LinkedIn or something. I think he retired last year or a couple years ago. I should make nothing. I have plenty of supplies, but I do need to get rid of the... But you know, one thing I do think worked really well, Drabrom, and I don't know why they got rid of it. I loved the social system in Star Wars: The Old Republic, so that when you went and did a flashpoint or a dungeon, right, there were the conversation options, and every team member would vote on the conversation options, and then you would get points for participating in that conversation. You would earn social points, and then you had a social level that you could rank up. And then there were special vendors in the game that sold specialty gear that you could only purchase if you had social points. That to me was like the perfect incentive to go group up with other people, because it was like, well, I want to earn those really cool cosmetics and those really cool specialty weapons and those really cool specialty outfits. I want to earn that gear, and in order to earn that gear, I need to go run the group content with other players, because I can only level up my social points by grouping up with other people. I thought that was the perfect implementation of a social system that was not forced. It was optional gear. But here's the thing, like you said, humans take the path of least resistance. And what they realized was that everybody was like, well, if I can go get this gear over here, I don't need the social gear. And so the vast majority of the player base was not doing the group-based content to earn the social gear, so they got rid of the social system entirely because not enough people were, not enough people gave a shit about it. So even though I enjoyed that system, the vast majority of players didn't. So even when you have a really good incentivized system of optional rewards, here's some really cool stuff that you can go get, the path of least resistance is solo gameplay. And for a company who needs to prioritize profits to keep the employees going and everything else, you have to prioritize single player content, because no one's going to play your game if it's forced grouping. All you have to do is go look at like Pantheon as an example, or even the game that I worked on previously, which decided to go a different direction when I was no longer involved, and they made it hardcore group, and I think they have a nightly average of 35 people that play their game. Like, there's nobody out there that wants to play forced group content. It's just not a thing. There are some people who enjoy it, but not a lot. I don't have any more easy quests. It's all like moderate or difficult, so I'm gonna have to just get out of my comfort zone. Yeah, it's the Temple Bread says, I think that became too difficult for people. I think it mostly became just a system that not enough people were using in terms of the social system, because you know, it was just if I can earn the gear without running a group. Also, I will also say this: when that was there, they didn't have the matchmaking system back then. When the social system was still in place, they didn't bring the matchmaking to Star Wars: The Old Republic until after they got rid of the social system. I think if they still had the social system with the matchmaking that they have now, I think it would still be in the game. I actually like the pacing on this game, Gray. I don't mind the pacing on this game at all. I'm not going to be playing PoE 2 right now. My PS5 is in the shop, or I just sent it off last night to the shop. So if I get it, you know, we'll see when I get it back. I won't have any time to do. I would like to explore the new season of PoE 2, but I won't have time until late September at the earliest. And if I do, I had way more fun playing the Ice Mage. So if I go back, I'll probably just go back and do another Ice Mage and check out the changes. I did not like the Monk. I think the Monk was... I had fun with it until I played the Ice Mage, and then I was like, oh my god, the Ice Mage is so fucking awesome. Or Ice Sorcerer, whatever it is. I don't remember what it's called now. Even the Ranger, I didn't feel like... Or what did I play last time? It wasn't the... Did I play the Ranger last time? The Ranger was pretty good too, but I still feel like the Ice Mage was my favorite so far. Getting our butts kicked last night, Deeks, is what we were doing. Vanguard and McQuaid. Yeah. Ooh, there's Red Shroud down there. I don't know. Don't forget today is Drops 2. Drops day number 2 for No Man's Sky. We will be back again at 7 o'clock is when the Drops campaign kicks off. So, I don't know what time it is right now. We'll do the same routine as yesterday. I'll play this for a couple of hours and then we'll switch over. I love, yeah, I have a lot of fun doing those Templar. I will say one thing I do miss, which Dribron was talking about earlier. I do miss some of the old EverQuest 2 raids because those were a lot of fun, but I think a lot of people have rose-tinted glasses about those because, oh shit, I gotta pay attention here. There's like a boss mob up here. Oh shit, yeah, I don't know about this. Do you see the size of that dude? And I got ads. Oh, he saw me. I think a lot of people forget about how much a pain in the ass the coordination was to get all those people together. Is he gonna chase me? He's definitely gonna chase me. No, he won't chase me. Not all the way. Does his health reset? Where is he? Oh my god. There he is. Oh, Jesus. Holy shit. He got me in one hit. Wow. Okay. Don't get hit by the giant. Uh. Don't get hit by the giant thunderball. Shit, I need to go down here. Oh, and there's guys between me and my corpse. And there's wolves back here. Some bitch. It's not, you're not wrong, Trevor. It's a pain in the ass to make people understand how a clock works. You just have to have a speech about duty and honor. Yeah, yeah, getting people to show up on time is just a lesson in futility. Do not fall. I can't see anything. Get the target lock off. No, I blocked. I blocked! Oh, I should have waited for my stamina. This is going to be a short trip. I'm going to have to dive bomb and hope there's no... Dried purple berries. I wish food persisted past death. That is mildly annoying. Do I have more than one tombstone? I don't think I do. I think you only dropped the one. Exactly. Ouchies transcend. This just... I think technically this stuff is above my level. I think it said level 7 or level 9, and I'm only... Well, all I know is it showed purple. Purple is higher level than me. Try a tusk buff. Gather strength from the stone pillar their kind worships. If you're sane enough to go up against one of them, I suggest you try one of the tusk buffs. Oh, so they're telling me I should have tried to find a buff first. What? Should have paid attention. Well, I don't know what stone pillar I'm supposed to touch. The problem is there's all these ads and